See?
Warning. The Rain Man Show contains discussions that are
49% geek,
51% dude.
Listener discretion is advised.
And now, from the Cave of Wonders, live in the presence of gods, welcome to the Rain Man Show.
All right, good evening. If you miss any part of the Rain Man Show, Thomas, you can always find us on Stitcher and iTunes.
Or
I don't know. What are you testing
our
me on?
website. Come on.
Don't ever test me. In fact, I have a test. I was going to test you guys at the end of the year. That's how we were going to end the show, but now I'm not going to do it.
Oh, I was trying to do it.
Yeah.
After the train wreck that was last time.
It was bad.
Yeah. I'll fully admit, I suck too. Then.
Made for great bits, though.
Yeah. We've used it how often?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. Almost at the end of the year.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for listening. If you are a slave, don't be a slave to your desktop. Don't be a slave to your desktop, and hit us up on the go. Search for the RMD app, Rain Man Digital app, in your iOS stores, as well as the Google Play. Search Rain Man Digital and download that. Listen, love it and like it, right, Thomas? Make love to it.
Why not?
Yeah, fist it, right, Tony?
Yep.
Oh, and his mic was off.
Yeah, see? I'm following my marching orders.
He's learning. Yeah. All right. So I went to the Star Wars The Last Jedi screening, Thomas.
Fucking lucky you.
And this is the first one I actually got to go to myself, because in the past, they've always had the single reviewer only due to space. And I always told our PR rep, I was like, well, that doesn't really work out for our network because we do radio reviews and we need two hosts. And they tried to make it work in the past and they couldn't. However, now, in order to do away with all the fake bloggers, they have now moved screenings, major screenings. They've moved them from evening time to the afternoon. And they've done that to weed through all the fakers. So like, I read a blog. Yeah, you don't count, okay? I'm a fan.com. Go die. And by doing away with that, they have made room for people like who are legit, like us, who are really doing reviews, who has an audience. So because of that, I was able to go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was actually pretty happy. Although it is funny watching what Disney does. Every year they get a bit more strict. And this is where I'm not on
board the Disney hype train.
Yeah, because I am pro Disney. I'm not against the whole like, they are an evil corporation that only cares about money. I'm like, well, what corporation doesn't care about money? When is money enough to anybody? When people say, oh, they're just not happy. Who's happy with money? Like, I just gave you $300, Andrew, let's say. Are you happy with just $300?
I could, you know what? I could do with a little bit more than just $300.
Exactly. That's my point. So I'm not against Disney trying to earn a buck or 30 million.
Or 6 billion.
Yeah. But their embargoes are ridiculous.
It's like, all right, you get to put it up an hour before the movie comes out.
I get an email, okay, with all these warnings.
Jesus. Like a virus?
And immediately, a tracking virus, probably malware. They want to know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They send me an email that says, you are invited as Rain Man Digital, yada, 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 to the screening of The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Please do not talk about this email until Friday, December, let's say, I think it was the 7th, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then it said the following embargo is in effect
will be adhered to
for all things. There was an embargo for discussing the email. There was an embargo for discussing the screening. And an embargo simply means, for those of you, Andrew, who might not know what that means that you cannot speak about it. That's what embargo is.
Restriction.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you clarified.
There's yeah, no problem. Andrew?
I appreciate you.
Yeah, you can represent the dumb part of the audience. So I'm speaking to you by proxy.
And that means that means I'm intelligent enough to represent the bulk of our listeners.
Yeah. Okay.
And
what?
He's a politician.
Did you just insult our listeners, all of them? The bulk of our listeners According to
Are
Andrew.
smart as I.
Oh, God damn it. And that's the show.
Down the toilet.
All right. So he's a loose cannon. He is. He really is.
Yeah.
I've never noticed it. I got defensive when those
who shall not be named.
Yes. Said that, I got a little defensive because I've always said I can talk shit about Andrew, but he's mine.
He's your bitch.
Yeah, I could only talk bad about
Right.
him. And it irked me for a second when they said that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, no, but she's right. Costing the network money
Yep.
and audiences. If he got the email from Disney, he probably would have replied
Hey guys,
back.
just got an email from Disney.
Hey guys, I'm replying to all, like the executives. Fuck you guys.
Thanks guys, I just shared this on my Twitter. Can't wait to see the movie.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Just a rogue.
So you had an embargo, pretty heavy.
I had a heavy embargo, and I kind of chuckled and then laughed and then scoffed as I was reading through all of them. Like, okay, there's one for the email. Funny. Then there's one for social media. Then there was one for actually
Free
posting
thought.
it.
Wait a minute.
You couldn't even post about the screening because they didn't want people to know. And I understand. I understand
to a certain
that.
extent. Yeah.
Nick, I do understand that this is a product that's worth potentially billions. And the last thing you need is someone to come in and troll you and screw the entire thing up.
Right.
I mean, the screening times I get. You don't want someone to say, oh my God, I have a screening at Harkins at 1 p.m. on Monday. And then you see everybody showing up, trying to sneak in. And then you have people who don't have the respect that reviewers should have. And they take photos, they do video.
Yeah. I could see that.
But it was a whole thing, Thomas. When I walked in, they patted me down.
Yeah.
They patted me down, not for guns. I wish, because then I'd be like, I'm gangster. They're patting me down. They're afraid of me. But instead, they're patting me down for digital devices.
Did they have a moment where they were like, Tony putting on that glove and like, sir, we need you to check everywhere?
No, I probably would have walked out the door. But they did have a wand. They wanded my dick a couple extra times. I don't know why.
Normally you have to pay extra for that.
Is that what you do? You pay a little extra for wanding your dick?
That's why I'm so broke.
Yeah. He likes his dick wanded. That just sounds weird, Andrew.
Look, it's like normal.
Andrew, say that out loud a couple times.
I pay extra to have my dick wanded.
Jeez. Oh my God. So we sit down, David and I, and David, I could tell, has been listening to Rain Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what he did?
He sat away from you, didn't he?
Yeah, 2 seats down. And I said, David, what are you doing?
Damn it, David.
What are you doing? And I'm like, you can't, in a screening, you have to sit next to each other. And I'd rather sit, it's like the devil you know. You know, I'd rather sit next
to David
and rub elbows next to somebody I know rather than somebody I don't know. So I was like, come on, because sit next to me. He's like, oh, okay. He sits next to me.
Thanks, boss.
Yeah. I felt like such an evil person because we were early. We were the first ones there. So there was room to stretch out and pick our seat. And I felt bad that he chose to sit 2 seats down. And
you're a terrible person.
And he's never done that before, but we have not gone to a screening together since that show.
He's he really does like me.
You've given him the equivalent of inviting him into the big house.
Oh, is that what it is? Like
for sex.
I've allowed. So Christmas season as well, Thomas, has me on edge. As usual, you know these things.
Yes.
This is nothing new. I'm getting ready for the holiday season by complaining a lot. I mean,
right, as we all do.
Yeah. The damn lights.
That's your issue this year?
The damn lights in my neighborhood.
Fucking people.
It's like everybody found...
Christmas chair!
It's like everybody found out what pisses me off.
Happiness.
And joy.
Bah humbug.
You have no idea how annoying Christmas lights are to me.
You live in a cave.
I don't like Christmas lights.
You don't like light.
I like to sleep with my window open to get a nice fresh breeze coming in during the winter season. We live in the desert. We have 120 degree weather
all the fucking time, right?
And it's finally nice out at night.
And you'd like that.
I would like the window to be open.
Yeah.
and get that fresh air. But I have those goddamn lights
Blinking fucking Santa
into
fucking
my
lights.
house like they're trying to land a goddamn airplane.
And you keep seeing Rudolph. He's one of those ones that turns and he keeps staring at you through the window.
Yeah, and my biggest problem, forget the lights. Let's talk about daylight. My biggest problem
The biggest source of light.
is the deflatable snowman decorations. When they're inflated, they look fine at night.
Nothing wrong with that then. But you're saying you don't like the limp dick look in the morning?
During the evenings, they look fine. But during the day, they look like used condoms.
Yeah.
That's not really what I want my neighborhood to be decorated with. Used condoms. Because that's what a
Tis the
deflatable
season, Michael.
a deflatable snowman looks like, a goddamn used condom with jizz in it.
It is white.
Who decorates with deflatable condoms?
Sororities.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Well, apparently it is here.
And there's a neighbor, the ones that, have the beacon of hope beaming through my home.
They can be seen from space.
Yeah. And since Thanksgiving, it's like they're in competition mode because one neighbor has added a new piece of lighting and decorations every day. He's out there. I'm in my studio, in my cave, as you call it, working away, editing, trying to get shit done. And I hear hammering. I'm like, God damn it! He's putting more shit up! And sure enough, I look out the studio door and he's putting more things. How many things do you need?
I just imagine you, bloodshot eyes peeking through the blinds, just opening them with a little bit so you just see your fucking anger eyes.
I swear to God.
This motherfucker, bastard.
If this was, you remember like 100 years ago, it was okay to shoot motherfuckers who stole your pie off your windowsill? Like, I would have shot him. Keeping
Challenged
me awake.
him to a duel?
Disturbing the, no, a duel? I would have just shot him.
Just shot him.
Disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace.
Your peace and quiet.
Yeah. It's quite obnoxious. To tell
Happy
me.
holidays?
No, don't ever. Thomas, do you really like Christmas decorations during the day?
During the day? What do you mean?
They garbage up every neighborhood. They don't look nice.
They don't look nice during the day, no. But Christmas
you can
lights.
live in North Scottsdale with the richest of the rich in the ritzy area, and guess what shitty Christmas decorations look like during the day?
The same shitty ones in Mesa?
Used condoms.
Yeah. In the daytime, I don't like the inflatables for that same reason. They look silly when they're just, like I said, limp dick or used condoms on the floor. I like the Christmas lights because in the daytime, you can't really, except for the animals that are on the lawn, you don't really tell. They're just like parts of the house. But I think the inflatables are a little silly.
Do you pay attention, though? Because I pay attention.
I'm not home.
I write down addresses as I'm driving. I'm like, this guy over here, shitty.
Calling the police. Like, this guy's got one too many fucking lights.
Well, it all comes down to one thing. Like, I can almost swallow, like, the bad Christmas decorations and the used condom-looking snowmen. I could almost deal with that if I didn't get fines every time my grass was bigger than 2 inches.
Okay, with that, I will agree. The HOA bullshit. Comparison.
You were upset because I have a little bit of grass peeking through the gravel, and I don't have perfectly trimmed
Take care of this
hedges
in 12 minutes or pay $75.
However, Berta down the street can have like a fiesta of Christmas lights. That's what irks me, Tom. Imagine
I can see
that.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that's not fun. I can't get behind that at all. But on to lighter news. August Ames, porn star.
Ooh.
Commits suicide.
Lighter news?
That's not lighter news. She's a porn star.
She's
really?
dead, man.
That's tragic.
When you commit suicide, that's what happens. Apparently,
she still could be a porn star. It's just a whole different genre.
Oh my.
Can we get a moment of silence for Andrew? Oh, speaking of that, those who shall remain nameless specifically used that as an example of how he's a loose cannon. Do you,
My God,
do you
he just
remember when
proved it now.
you gave him a moment of silence? I'm like, yeah. Or a loose cannon. I'd never
My
noticed
God,
this. You
man.
learn things every week.
A different. Ugh.
How have you gotten by in life? You just have no filter at all. Yeah. So August Ames, porn star, commits suicide apparently due to cyberbullying. The article says the brother of adult entertainment star August Ames, which, by the way, August Ames is one of the attractive ones. Because nowadays, you got the porn stars who aren't really hot. They have big boobs and they're naked, and you're like, okay, fine.
And that's all you got.
August Ames is actually really attractive.
Was
attractive.
Yeah.
Tony.
I like how this is where, after already doing a previous show, this is where he tunes in. Yeah. Yep.
I'm in mourning. My dick's in mourning right now.
Oh, your dick's a
morning wood.
My morning, my dick's in mourning.
Oh, wow.
Like it's almost dead. I wanted to plant it into her ass. Like if I could bury it.
Oh my lord!
What just fucking happened between the two of you,
my man?
Yeah. No, honestly, it's
and she
tragic.
was afraid.
It's really tragic, but that still doesn't distract me from Pornhub.
Here, hold on.
Those who will not be named.
Let's just do it. I mean, let's do in honor of August Ames. Let's do a 21 cum salute.
Oh,
okay. What? Get an honor. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Go ahead, Tony. Continue. Give us your speech on August Ames.
Well, I've come not to bury my dick into her. I've come to praise her. Praise her for a contribution to society. And all those happy young men, old men, even some women.
But you can hear Tony whacking in the background too. Hold on.
I think that it's important that we must at least acknowledge her contribution.
Who is this guy again?
Is her contribution to all the
lonely men out there.
Yeah, like the callousness of that is built up on our hands. Due to the inspiration of the practice that she has given us.
Behind.
Yes, and she's definitely left behind. I
just want to know if we can have price on porno.
I'm keeping an eye on that behind for sure.
What?
She will remain immortal and forever.
What is she, the Highlander?
And eternal. She will become eternal thanks to the internet.
Though she may not.
Due to these tribute sites like Pornhub, X-Video, X-Hamster. Those sites will remain alive for in tribute to Miss Ames.
Though she may no longer be with us, her abilities will be remembered forever.
She'll no longer be with us physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, with a lot of lube, and a lot of lotion. It will definitely be a great help. I ask you, gentlemen, we must stand up.
I don't think anybody should stand up.
Top. Some of us are already standing. Literally.
At attention.
We are full attention.
All right.
For the greatness that is August Ames.
Hold on. This is what we're waiting for right here. All right, now it's time for the actual 21 gun salute. Or 21 cum salute. Ready? Here we go.
Look up. Okay, the other side now. I still got more.
All right.
God bless America.
Give me a breather. Give me at least a couple of minutes to recover, and then I can reload.
And that's Rain Man Show's first official 21 cum salute.
I don't feel like it'll be our last.
I think we should have one of those those Oscar tributes. We should start acknowledging these porn stars that have left us behind in more ways than one.
How many do you think are dying a year?
According to Tony, one every day. Jeez,
that was dark.
When is it too soon to whack it over? Because
her videos were top of Pornhub 2 days after she died.
I was there an hour after I heard.
Because August Ames is one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
Like in a horny night when like Maggie's asleep and I know I'm not going to get any action. August Ames is one of the key words I search. So, and sometimes her name just instantly puts me in the mood. So when I saw August Ames, porn star, commit suicide, I found myself immediately vigorously searching for videos. And I felt wrong. Is that bad, Thomas? You're the voice of reason sometimes.
I think that makes you human to feel wrong. For example, you felt a little bit of remorse or guilt from it because it was a little bit too early to be sensible. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, there's Tony,
right,
who was there within the hour.
And there were tears.
Not that kind. And I think
there were still tears. Damn it.
As a moral compass, if you're not doing what Tony would do, you're probably okay.
Screw you, Thomas. There were tears. There were tears. There were lots of tears. And I cleaned up afterwards.
I hope so. You have to take care of your family after that. You don't want to have dirty hands, right?
Oh.
I lit a candle afterwards.
He prays
Why
to
are
like
you lighting a candle after you jerk it? What smells are you releasing?
Do not open Pandora's box.
How much smegma do you have built up? You have to light a candle after you finish fucking jerking it, dude.
That's fucking madness, dude.
Hey, the Rain Man Show will be right back.
It's because of my fist.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes, sir.
Buzzed your butt.
Baby, that's all we need. We can go to the park after dark, smoke that tumbleweed. As the marijuana burn, we can take our turn.
All right, so Mariah Carey, she gets $5 million, Thomas. A $5 million settlement from ex-billionaire fiance for wasting her time.
Wait, what?
Yeah. She won a settlement for $5 billion because of inconvenience. That's what I'm talking about.
What?
That's what I'm talking about.
How do you judge that and what it's valued at?
I just love Mariah Carey. I haven't been a fan of Mariah since the 90s. And now because she pulled that off, I mean, first off, she knows how to work. I'm going to give you a couple examples. First off, she's doing her thing now in Vegas. That's where she kind of struts now, does her thing, like a lot of older artists end up taking their act. And there's a lot of video all over the place. You can Google Mariah Carey lazy, and you'll see video where she does not give a shit. She's dancing as if she's not even there. For all we know, and for all we even really know, she could be like, not even be there. A hologram. There is no life in her eyes. There's no enthusiasm. She's going through the motions. She looks
give a fuck.
She looks like a lazy slug. That's the joke. And yet people are still paying to go to her concerts and her events where she puts zero effort. Now she earns $5 million from her ex-fiance for wasting her time.
How? Where do you get off with that?
Mariah Carey and ex-billionaire fiance James Packer have reached a settlement agreement after the Grammy winner argued that she uprooted her life to move to LA from NYC. First off, let me stop there. If I was the judge, I'd be like, $5 million worth of uprooting? I mean, my nephew works for the local construction company here that's just managed to branch off into another state. And he went from New York to California. That cost him maybe $500 for gas and maybe $6,000 to move. So we're looking at maybe $25,000 tops, right? Possibly.
Depending on where you're going.
Come on,
Sure.
$25,000 tops to move across the country, Thomas. Really? To pick up your stuff, break. Let's say you break. Let's look at a lease.
Are you saying just the cost of actually moving there plus rent?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah. 25, and I think that I'm being like...
That's generous.
Yeah. So for moving from LA to NYC to be with the wealthy businessman, she also recalled an incident where her fiance allegedly did something not nice to one of her assistants.
Oh, can we put his name in the sexual assault pool?
Well, that's an extra $35,000 just for being rude.
Wow.
During their vacation in Greece, causing, oh, come on. This is like first world problems here.
This is disgusting. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, my fiance was mean to my assistant while we were vacationing in Greece. I need to earn extra money for that. Don't you agree, Your Honor? Can you imagine?
What judge fucking agreed to any of this?
I would be like, I'd throw out the entire case. Like, get the fuck out of my courthouse.
Shut the fuck
like,
up.
My son is striving to make ends meet, and you over here complaining about your assistant being mistreated while in Greece? Your assistant should be happy that you took her to Greece.
Yeah, because how many assistants get to go on that trip?
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
Allegedly, this incident caused Mariah to have to cancel some dates on her South American tour. Okay, so the price tag goes up a bit, right?
I guess.
I can get behind that. Let's say this issue with her fiance created her a problem to where she lost some money because she had to cancel some concerts. Okay, the price tag now goes up a bit, right? Maybe a couple $100,000, maybe
sure.
$350,000, possibly.
Okay.
According to reports, the two have reached an agreement, and Mariah was paid somewhere between $5 to $10 million.
Jesus Christ.
For, quote, the inconvenience. What do I got to do to get there, to get to that position in life?
Yeah. And do you know how much she already makes just from her Christmas song every year?
Yeah.
I saw this on the internet a couple of days ago. She makes every year just from that song $500,000. Approximately.
Wow. Insane.
$500,000 for something you did fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah. That's insane.
Every year.
That's
and
insane.
You had the fucking balls to go after this guy years later for an inconvenience of moving. Someone wasn't nice during your vacation, and you already got to keep the ring, apparently.
Yeah, and I don't know, Thomas.
Fuck yourself.
No, well, hold on. I don't know if I should be upset or turned on by this.
You should be. I'm disgusted.
Mariah, please sue me.
You'll just be in a box.
If she has the power to sue someone for inconveniencing her, I mean, that's amazing.
That's disgusting. That's something like the Queen of England
has
the power to do.
I haven't thought Mariah Carey has been hot for the past 20 years. But suddenly, she has now popped back up onto my Spank Bank radar. And I may give her a 21 cum salute later today. I don't know. I know she hasn't died, but I think she still deserves the honor, right, Tony?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Thomas, it is the winter. Let's switch gears for a moment here because I want to kind of pick your brain a bit.
Okay.
On a few things. The winter season comes big budget films. It's almost like
ones.
Well, but also we have the mini summer tentpole season as well. You have various big budget films that normally wouldn't be released during an off season, but within the last 5 to 10 years, it has become kind of the mini summer season where you release
a second Christmas tentpole season. Yes.
Yeah. And we have a lot of movies coming out.
Okay.
Which has brought a lot of celebrities to the forefront. Names.
Oh, Jesus.
And I have been thinking whether or not we should possibly do this. Because, you're kind of I don't want to call you a loose cannon.
I haven't earned that title.
I don't want to call you a loose cannon. However, you sometimes perform and sometimes you don't, right?
In a specific area. Yes.
I mean,
like that.
You willingly strip nude for camera.
But when it comes to pronouncing people's names,
sometimes you're not very smart.
Yeah.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to play a round of Does Thomas Know Celebrity Names? Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
I know that you know that she knows that he knows. Hell, even the dog knows. But does Thomas know?
All right, Thomas.
Okay.
The first name. I'm going to put this name here. You know what, Andrew? In order to do this in a fun manner, I'm going to post this name in the show notes. Actually, you know what? I have to put it, Thomas. You know what I need to do? Is I actually need to put this into, I'm going to post this in Facebook chat.
Okay.
No, I'm going to post this in the Facebook Invasion Force page. And you're going to read the list of names. And there's nobody can help.
I won't.
Nobody give him the phonetics. We're going to see if you can pronounce these names correctly. Because we already know you're terrible with names.
Yeah. It's one of my shortcomings.
Give me a second.
Admit that.
Give me a second here. You guys discuss these
and this
for a
is
second.
It doesn't happen so much here because usually Andrew's the one to flub the news.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can read the news just fine, and I can read words just fine. But when it comes to people's names, and I am notorious for this on the crossroads, directors, writers,
you are
actors
horrible.
and actresses, I'm fucking terrible.
I mean,
and I don't know why.
Andrew, he pronounced Renee as Rini.
Once.
Come
like
on.
for a half second.
No. It wasn't a half second. He actually asked. It was a
not.
question.
Well,
Rini?
that's true.
He's all, Jennifer Rini?
Jennifer
Rini?
I had a Forrest Gump moment, you know?
He didn't know how to pronounce Renee.
Dude, that's
there
like...
was no... Okay, I'm not going to bother.
And you know what? And the thing is that Thomas is one of the most intelligent people I know. But even Einstein couldn't tie his shoes.
These are my untied shoes.
This is your kryptonite, and it's pronouncing names.
Yeah.
You are terrible with the most basic names. So
unless it's like fucking Smith, where I hear somebody say it ahead of time.
So I just posted a list of names, and we're going to try to work our way through them. And I want you to tell me if you can get through them. Don't start pronouncing them yet.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second. If you need to practice, go ahead and practice.
Oh, Jesus
while I pull up.
God.
Did you see the names?
Oh, jeez, I hate you.
Oh, hold on here. Go ahead. Start practicing. Discuss them with Andrew for a second. Do not help him, Andrew. I know you're a loose cannon.
All right, so a couple of them I know. But the first,
I don't know what that word is.
It starts with a Q. Are you kidding me right now?
It starts with a Q, user. Those two letters are always together.
Oh God, this is not a good start.
I've never seen half of these people.
Now, I know you're confident with some of those names, and I would even say that you're going to get those ones wrong. Because
I probably will.
Again, you can't pronounce Renee.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be able to get these right? I mean, that's the question here. So give me a second. I'm getting everything queued up.
Why is that the first? You're a dickhead.
No.
There is one name.
Q, there's a U, there's a Z, there's a tilde on the E.
There is a tilde.
You're a dick.
Let's go ahead. Let it marinate for a second. Hold on. All right, Thomas, give me that first name. Give me that first name. I want you to try to pronounce that.
No fucking idea.
Go ahead, try it. Give me and I'm going to tell people what it is, so they don't need to be, waiting too long. I don't want the people saying, well, how are we supposed to know if he get it right? Well, I'm going to tell them.
Oh, Jesus.
Go ahead, Thomas. Come on. Don't embarrass yourself. Come on.
Swevzani? Wallace? I'm... God damn it. I hate you. Q-U-V-E.
Okay, no, hold on. Pronounce it again. One more time.
Swen.
Is there an S there?
I have no idea how to pronounce Q-U. Okay.
Are you being serious?
Quiet. With that, no. With the tilde
when
at
you
the
said
end.
quiet, you were actually closer than Swizzy. How does the Q sound, Thomas?
Quivanzani? I don't know.
You ready?
Yeah.
Quinvajane Wallace. Quinvajane Wallace. How would you pronounce that?
I already tried. It was ruined.
Shizuzu? Was that what you said?
Zuzu.
All right. Let's go to the next one, Thomas. For the record, how would you pronounce the next name?
I hate everything about you.
Come on. Go ahead. Give it a whirl. Smoke if you got him.
Sororsi Ronan?
Saoirse Rona.
That's how it's actually pronounced?
Saoirse Rona. Saoirse Rona.
How was that sha?
Saoirse Rona.
S-A-O-I. Fuck you.
How did you pronounce it?
Sorority or some shit like that.
I will be fair with you on this one because that's how I would try to pronounce it as well. However, it's pronounced Saoirse Rona. All right, next one. Let's see if you know this one. This one's a little easier.
I believe
her face is very familiar, especially about 6-7 years ago. She was in a lot of rom-coms. She starred a bit in the Bill Pullman TV series that aired on Showtime titled The Big Love. Very sensual looking blonde actor.
I believe I've heard this correctly, but we'll see. Amanda Seyfried.
And you would be incorrect.
Incorrect. Great.
You got the first name right. I hope.
You. I got the first name right.
It's Amanda Seyfried.
Seyfried, really?
Yeah. So
all
you
right,
at least you were
0 for 3.
Yeah. All right. Next one, Thomas. What's the next one on that list?
Charlie Hunnam.
That's too easy.
Okay, I got that.
But you are correct. I put some easy ones in there. All right, let's go to the next one. This is a name you should know. I know the actor. He's a Game of Thrones actor. He is known as the almost burped here. I did burp. Oh, geez, I burped again. He is known as the Kingslayer.
Right. That's Nikolai Koster. I want to say Waldu, but I don't know how to pronounce this last part.
Is that really how you pronounce his last name? Come on, think. Let's sound it out. Let's sound it out together.
Waldalu? I don't even know.
Wait.
There's A-U.
Waldalu.
He's trying to make it French or something.
Yeah.
He's not French.
He's like Norwegian or
something.
Oh,
wow, no. Was he Italian?
Yes.
Jeez.
His name is Nikolai Koster Waldau.
Waldau. All right.
Not Waldau. No. All right, next one.
Charlize Theron. And I know that's how that's pronounced because she said it on an interview. Yes, it is.
It's Charlize Theron.
Theron. She's always said yes.
Theron.
Oh, I'm going to Google that.
Well, if someone can prove me wrong, I will give Thomas $2.
Ooh.
All right, next one. Played by a very familiar looking individual, has a laundry list of movies. How would you pronounce this name, Thomas?
This one's always been difficult, but I believe, and I'm going to be wrong, Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Look at you.
Ooh.
Wow. You must be really into this guy.
I like him. He's a good actor.
Is your bisexual side coming out?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a little.
All right. This is an actress that I really like. She was also from the television show titled The Big Love, played one of the Mormon wives. Very steamy in a very broken way. Also was in the first couple seasons of American Horror Story. Go ahead. How do you pronounce her name?
Chloe Savini.
One more time.
Chloe Savini.
One more time.
Why one more time?
Just one more time.
Chloe Savini.
And you would be correct.
All right.
All right. And the last one that we're going to do for today. Go ahead and pronounce that for us.
He pronounces it Ray Fiennes.
How?
Ray Fiennes.
One more time.
Ray Fiennes.
Say the first name.
Ray.
And you would be incorrect.
I thought he pronounced it like that.
Rafe.
Rafe
Fiennes.
Oh, I guess I've only heard it fast. I didn't hear the F part.
Ralph Fiennes. You know what? Let's give
R.A.
Should we give him one more, Andrew?
Yeah. Let's give him one more.
Okay. No, this one's
redemption.
Fucked. This one's fucked.
One more.
I've never been able to pronounce her name.
No, it's her. You skip past a couple.
Right after.
Yes, just
Rafe?
Go ahead. Yes.
I don't even.
It's a guy.
I thought this was. Oh, I might be mistaking this person.
Go ahead. Pronounce it.
I hate you. That's how I pronounce it.
Go ahead.
Famke Jensen. I don't know.
You skipped a couple, but that's fine.
That's what I have on here.
It's Famke Jensen.
Jensen.
Famke.
I have right here underneath.
Famke
Jensen.
Jansen. Famke Janssen.
Yeah, that's not a dude. That's a chick. That is Phoenix from X-Men.
You skipped a couple. There's two there that you missed. You missed Martin Scorsese and Demi Moore.
I have a screenshot right here. That's not on here.
That's weird.
Not on here.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, dude.
Yeah.
They're blocking you guys for some reason. That's weird.
What do you want?
I pulled up the same link.
Yeah, you can look at it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
Oh, wait a second. You know what? I didn't put those names on there. That's why I'm looking at a website.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at a website.
No, you got it completely wrong. It's Martin Scorsese, you dick. You're going to cheat no matter what.
Hey, simmer down. All right. So coming up, let me turn this music off. All right. So coming up next week, 3 shows in a row. Rain Man show, December 18th, 19th, and 20th of December. We're going to attempt to do as much as we can on that list.
Yep.
On the list that Andrew and I powered through a couple weeks ago. Thomas, you did your due diligence and actually took down the notes as a audience member because you were not in that show.
This show with the one with the
where we went through the list.
Yes,
you were not a part of that show.
I was off to the side.
Yeah, he was in the back room.
I had written down originally.
Oh, did you?
I was off to the side having hair removed.
No.
Last time
the original list. The original list. You made this list.
Okay. I thought you meant the ones that we were going to do. No, the original list I was not there for.
Okay. So go through the list of things that we have decided we're going to do, because I may cross off a few.
So double back now. So we said that we would do the Sock'em Bopper boxing between Brian and Andrew.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay.
But I need to make sure Brian is going to be here. Can someone send him a message right now? Have him call into the show. Have him call into the show right now. I don't even want to be prepared. We're just going to do this off the cuff. See if he can call into the show and let us know if he will, in fact, do the boxing. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
We have the Andrew shirt, which Bobby gave us an update saying
we are going to do that. All right.
We had the fans had to do an accurate rendition of my penis.
We're going to do that.
Drawing.
I've already done that.
Jesus.
In my mind. All right. So what we're going to do with that is we need to start that ASAP. So listeners out there in Radioland, whether you're listening live or on demand, start drawing Thomas's penis.
Is this sexual harassment?
No.
Okay. It's voluntary.
They're willingly listening to the show. I am free of any implications. All right, Thomas. Where was
the
I at?
next one? We had Thomas' penis drawing.
No. People need to do this. All right. So tomorrow, Wednesday, if you're listening live, it'll matter. If you're listening on demand, post immediately. Start drawing your dicks now. All right. And then I'm going to ask for them by Sunday. I want you to send them in. We're going to have David, not Randy.
Oh,
we're going to have David.
It depends on how you draw it.
We're going to
time out, Mike, real quick.
Yeah,
Brian wants to know what number.
The studio number.
You know he's not going to remember that.
Oh, come on.
He doesn't have it.
Hold on. Let me
I'm just saying.
Give me a second.
David...
Hold on. We'll be right back. Hello?
Yeah, I can.
All right. How you doing, Brian?
I'm great.
I love how Brian just immediately falls into character.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately.
He's always in character.
All right. So, Brian, we are discussing bits for the end of the year, which, by the way, I know I haven't discussed it with you, but we need to get you on the show. And by the way, we are live right now, just so you know. So don't say anything inappropriate. Don't say anything that you don't want on the air.
Yeah, okay.
But next week we have 3 shows in a row, which I'm sure you've probably seen us promoting that, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we're hoping to get you in the studio for one of our end of the year events. And I know you don't want to pass this up because
you're going to want to do this.
This is your chance to punch the shit out of Andrew. Okay?
What?
Punch the shit out of Andrew. Okay?
Anywhere I want?
You know what? We may have some rules the day of, but as of now, what I have is Brian, I was watching a movie.
Wait, hold on. Is it bare knuckle?
No, I'm gonna give you guys those big punching gloves. What are those giant ones called?
Oh, jeez, you fucking pussies.
Bare knuckle. Wait, listen, Andrew. Well, hold on, Andrew. Do you want to do bare knuckle?
Oh fuck no! He'll kill me. He will straight up kill me.
Okay, all right. So
what about sock and boppers, Brian?
Socky bombers?
The sock and
yeah,
boppers.
why not?
Well, sure, get drunk. I don't care.
The big giant gloves.
Inflatable fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you. A bunch of some pussy shit. That's fine. I'm down.
All right, so Brian, what we're gonna do then is I was watching a movie with Woody Harrelson and Liam Hemsworth where they had to tie their hands together and then they had to slice each other with knives. So what I'm gonna do is I want you guys to tie your hands together in the studio. You and Andrew will have one hand tied together, and then you'll each have one free hand, and you'll punch at each other as much as you want until I call it. Will you be willing to do that, Brian? Will you be willing to do that?
Yeah, of course.
Brian, keep in mind, if you hit with one of those sock and boppers hard and fast enough, your fist will beat the air and you can just hit him in the face.
I'm aware. That's why I agreed to do this.
Okay. All right. Is this
going to be a bloody mess?
It's going to be terrible.
Is this the equivalent of putting pressure on your subordinates, like via sexual assault?
Hey, I already got naked.
Okay, that's
he
true.
He has to do something.
That's true. Because I don't want to put pressure on. Is that what I do on this network?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. 1,000 times fucking yes.
Andrew's crying. He's already crying.
All right, so we got confirmation. That's one that we can do on our list.
Yep.
All right, Brian, thank you. We'll see you next week then. We'll figure out which day.
All right, let me know.
All right, later. Bye.
Don't kill me.
Bye.
I just love how Brian is the best, dude. Slips into character immediately.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a character, honestly.
No, that's just Brian.
All right, so that's one for the good.
One for the good.
No, two for the good. We have the shirts.
The penis drawing.
We have three.
We have three then.
Three that we will do for a fact. Okay.
Next up, I'm looking forward to this. I really want to see this one. Scientist Tony.
Yes.
Where Bobby has been collecting questions from random people off the street, as well as we've submitted some of our own that Tony, being the scientist that he is, will have to answer them and explain the world and how it works to us based on these questions.
Now, because we're doing this, if Bobby is listening, call in right now because I want to find out exactly how we're going to do this, because I've left that completely up to Bobby. If he wants to pre-record it or if he wants to do this live, where we give him an open mic and we just let him answer questions, or do we do it pre-recorded and then play it?
I think either way, it's going to be good.
I kind of am, because I want to have some type of quality control, a bit of me wants to pre-record it. But
You're
then
afraid that I'm going to be telling the truth?
The truth about the science told through the truthism.
I promise you, Mike, I will tell the scientific truth. I will tell the truth. And I will make this educational.
All right, someone sent a message to Bobby. Obviously, he got bored of the show and he fell asleep. So, or he's being a decent father and spending time with his kid. Either way, send Bobby a message. Oh, hey, someone's calling.
It's probably him. I was texting him earlier. He was listening.
Hello, software and programming. Huh? All right, hey, so Bob, what do you want to do with this science bit? Do you want to do it pre-recorded? Or do you want to do it off the cuff?
I wanted to do it off the cuff. I don't want to give him a chance to think about it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
If he's a true scientist, he doesn't have to think about it because it's fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laws
he
of the
knows
universe, according to Tony.
All right. So how many questions do we have? At least 5 or 6, Bob?
I think I have like 10 recorded,
really?
including some from my daughter asking about Santa Claus.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Bobby's daughter is getting in the mix. Are you sure you want to make your daughter a character on the show? I mean, I'm just saying right now.
Whatever. I talk about her all the time. What's the big deal?
All right. Okay, so we have now, Thomas, how many confirmed? We have...
So that is 4 confirmed.
4 confirmed events. All right.
With the live wax, that's 1 done and 4 confirmed.
Well, we didn't really do the wax.
I did.
Well, no, doesn't count.
Doesn't count?
Let's cross it off.
All right.
Yeah, we failed. It's because freaking Andrew.
The live wax.
It's because he's a loose cannon.
As a failure.
It's Andrew's fault.
Unless you're live that day.
Yeah.
We have the Make TC Buy petition.
Hey, but do we have an update on that, Bob? Do you know how many people actually signed that?
Last time I looked, it was at like 60. That was before I fake listeners and make up shit.
I know Tim Smith, the individual, the listener, I should say, that complimented me on my live reads, the Patreon live reads. If you remember that, Thomas, he said my voice was very popish.
Yes.
And he enjoyed them. At least that's what I took it as. He also sent a message saying that he would open up fake accounts if he had to. So he adamantly wants you to come out of the closet.
Right.
Bobby says we have up to 60. We have 40 signatures to get.
It says 49 on mine. Oh, wait. It's still going.
It's doing some weird creeping up thing. Mine seems to
kind of like what you do.
Hey.
We have about 40 signatures then to go, yes.
So we have roughly 60.
Just about.
Okay. We can do it. Come on, listeners. We have so many listeners. I want Thomas to be gay. Not bisexual. 150, he'll be gay.
150 is the stretch goal. We'll stretch Thomas's ass.
It is
what?
Wow.
Wait, hold on. What did you just say, loose cannon Andrew? What did you just say?
I said at 150 signatures, which is the stretch goal, we'll stretch Thomas's asshole.
Oh.
By the way, we have 54 signatures.
I'm gonna take my signature back. Like if we get to 150, I'm gonna make sure we're 149.
So we need 46 signatures.
Okay. We can get there. Maybe in a week. If
Maybe.
we can rally, we all start posting.
Are you going to come up with a backup plan if we don't by the end of the year, or are you just going to let it go?
I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go, yeah. What's the next one? Hey, Bob, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm just playing video games.
Okay. All right. Just stay on until we're done. I might need to ask another question.
After that, we have the Hot Pepper Challenge.
There you go.
Okay. I'm debating whether or not.
No. You're not debating fucking nothing.
I don't trust you. Okay.
I don't care.
You shouldn't.
Andrew, you need to workshop that through me.
No,
We gotta
fuck you.
figure
You already
this
took
out.
my Scientist Tony bit.
Wait, what?
That was never your bit.
I was supposed to make a whole production for Halloween, and then he straight up took it from me.
You took away his ability to dress up.
So I can ask you to talk about the fucking
Bill Maher. Mayor? Maher?
You don't need to be in charge of any bits, okay? Bobby's right.
Get with Bobby on that.
You need to get with Bobby. Bobby is the hub where everyone. Thomas does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with it does have to do with trusting, but we have these checks and balances in place.
I always go to Bobby if I have a bit.
Yeah. Just get with
Or an
Bobby
idea.
and make sure it's workshopped and figured out exactly how it's going to work, because he also has to make sure Lauren can be in the studio to be the main host.
Because you're going to have to do that too.
Yeah, all
That's
of us are
fine.
doing it. You don't look like it's fine. You look like you're upset right now.
I am okay.
wants to
I've
do
started
it.
from the beginning. I've said from the beginning that I want to host this.
How can you host it if you're taking hot peppers?
It's going to be a chore, but I want to do it. And I'm 100%
Yeah, and
confident
then when we
that I can
have
make that happen.
10 minutes of dead air as you guys are puking everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going to puke.
We're not doing it. We're
Tony's Filipino.
not doing that.
No, I
What do you mean we're not doing
want to
it?
do it.
I already bought the shit.
No. We'll calm down.
Jesus Christ.
Don't fire off the cannon.
And I got
Everyone shut up.
on hold so I can ask you to talk about the fucking
Listen, Andrew, we're going to do it.
I did, right?
I don't know if I want to have you hosting it. I think it needs to be led by Lauren and co-hosted by Bobby during that segment. You can have a mic and do your little thing, but I don't want people throwing up in my studio.
No one's going to throw up.
They might throw up.
It won't throw up.
I might.
Well, then this isn't a bit I want to do. I want people to get sick.
There's a good chance, dude. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. All right. So what's the next one? We need to hold on. We need to figure out days. So Andrew, for that event, you need to get with Bobby and figure out what day Lauren can be in the studio. Okay. Can you do that? Because you do not ever respond to messages. As soon as you walk out that studio,
you might as well not exist.
Yeah, you're done. As soon as you walk out that studio, we don't exist. Nobody exists in this network. You don't respond to anything. So you need to tell me right now that you're going to do it.
Tuesday is the only day that I can do it.
Oh, so you're not going to be here Monday and Wednesday?
We've discussed my blackout days.
Your blackout days. Like he's important.
I have 2 jobs, man.
All right. Okay. So next one.
Black guy days.
Yeah.
The next one, it says here, the Trolling Thomas special guest.
Oh, that's going to happen.
You know some shit. You know, because, I don't trust you at all. And Bobby laughed, so he knows some shit too.
That's gonna happen too.
Okay.
All right. So far we're
and then the secrets,
on point.
The secrets,
the
Rain Man Network.
Okay, and I think we're gonna do it on the last day.
I think we should.
I
last
think
day fits.
Yeah.
Shock everyone, and then we leave.
It also depends on who's giving us secrets. Ryan, I don't think is available on any of those shows, is he? He gave us his dates yesterday. It was Tuesday, right? That he could do
back Tuesday night, I think.
So he could possibly do. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
But Bobby, how many secrets do you have, and how many have you got like from before that are left over from the first time, and how many have you received from other people on the network?
In typical Rain Man fashion, I have 0 new secrets.
Oh no,
0 new secrets. So the hosts have to get you some shit before next week.
All right. You know what, Bob? Tomorrow, post in our Rain Man Digital chat or our Rain Man Digital page, and just remind people that next week is the end of.
They need to get them in.
Is the end of the season for our network, and that we're doing the staff secrets. And if you don't think you can do it, then let me know, and we'll figure out a way to do something else.
Okay.
I know people have secrets. They just don't want to tell.
Yeah, I want to know Lauren's secrets.
You just think they're all sexual?
Well, they better be. All right. What else?
That's all we have.
I told you I'm Matt Lauer. I have a
panic button.
I have what's it called? A death switch? A dead man switch.
Yeah.
Whenever time Lauren walks in the studio, she doesn't know.
Oh God.
All right. What else is there on that list?
That's the list. So we have the Andrew shirt, which Bobby says he's going to do. The Thomas penis drawing. The Sock'em Bopper Brian versus Andrew.
That's a good list.
The Scientist Tony. Make TC buy, Hot Pepper Challenge, Secret Show, and Trolling Thomas special guest.
Yeah, that's a good list. I think we're good.
Bobby, what do you know?
What about the burqa? Did we cross that off?
We saved that or pushed that to future dates.
Okay, yeah.
Everything else that we have not mentioned was not going to not be done, but done sometime next year when we had more time to prepare.
Okay, so I think we're good. That's going to give us a lot of things to do.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, thanks, Bob. We'll talk to you later.
All right, guys.
Bye. All right, let's do it.
It's fun to stay at the upside, inside out.
And now it's time for news with Andrew.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let myself get absolutely soaking wet.
You know what? Hold on a second. I'm out of sorts right now. I know we're running behind, but I want to actually, before we get into more Andrew, I actually want to play a bit from his recent show, Thomas. And I think you need to listen to it. If you have not listened to his show yet, it's actually worth the listen. I'm actually very happy with Andrew for once in my life.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
Shut up, Andrew. I hate the show. I felt like he did a good job. And not only did he do a good job with the show, but he did a good job recruiting. I feel like this is a legitimate crew. Much like us, much like DC on CW, we have a new group of individuals, fresh new personalities, and I feel like it was a good show. However, you can't have a show without Andrew antics, and all his friends are just like him.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going to play a bit, and for those of you that don't know, Thomas and Tony, I'm assuming the new show called Game State is actually a show that discusses tabletop gaming and board games, stuff like that. All right, so here's a bit from the show.
I mean, you've claimed you've done that. I haven't seen this happen.
I brought my
though.
dulcimer into the Rain Man show. I played it.
And hold on a second. Hold on. And this is a show where they should be discussing tabletop games. But in true Rain Man digital fashion, you have ADD and you discuss whatever the fuck you want, apparently.
Yeah.
I
brought my dulcimer into the Rain Man show. I played it during a bit, or it was a live read.
Were you like, ding, 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 ding?
I was just messing around. I think it was Mike. Spoiler: Mike is in studio right now doing the board, and he's laughing his ass off right now because he remembers exactly. We were doing just an ad read, and he's like, "Yeah, you're a weird motherfucker. Bring in some of your instruments." So I brought out my dulcimer, and I'm playing in the background.
I do love that you have a dulcimer.
Dude!
I mean, you are definitely a modern day bard of a man, like an elfish man who plays like plucking instruments, and that's why we love you. You know,
so we can't tell what gender he is instead. Yeah, you're right.
He took me mushroom picking in the forest, which
I did.
It was a romantic. It was a romantic, fun day.
That was such a nice outing.
It was super fun.
Was it when
we had baskets? That was this summer.
It was in March or was it in August?
He tried to make me go.
I
want nothing to do with mushrooms.
Yeah, it was in August. It was good weather too. It wasn't too hot.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was myself, you, Charlie. It was my girlfriend, Allie. Sam was supposed to come along,
but flaky.
And then Nathan Hatfield of Gameland Games was also supposed to come along.
I know.
And we were just gonna walk through the forest up in Flagstaff. We'd be like, "Oh, these are the mushrooms."
I skipped a little bit. I'm not gonna lie,
dude. It was exciting.
I skipped.
So we
frolicked.
Tangential note: we didn't during that trip. We were supposed to pick mushrooms, which I cannot thank Brent Povis enough for getting me addicted to mycology. Thank you so very much. With his game Morels, which I can blah blah blah. But we didn't pick any mushrooms, but we picked a boatload of bracken fiddlehead ferns.
Bracken fiddlehead.
Which are delicious, and I'm really upset you didn't eat them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like
listening to.
When does the game discussion start?
I'm listening to Gardening with the Elf.
Oh my god!
I half expect you to be having a ballad intro since
this
you
is
are
like
a
a
bard.
candlelit dinner between two homosexuals.
Excuse me, there are 3 of us in studio.
No, so it was a gay orgy.
Human centipede.
Yes, exactly. Gay hobbits
Come,
talking
Sam.
amongst each other.
It's time
around
to pick the mushrooms.
Yeah, there's luckily when my ass got moist the other day, I didn't clean it, so fungi started to grow. Would you pick the mushrooms out my asshole, Frodo? Please.
Are they the special mushrooms that give you visions?
Well, I did have some jizz in my asshole as well, so mushrooms pick up and grow whatever is left behind, whatever fertilizes them. So yes, they're jizz mushrooms.
Happy days, Sam. Let us frolic through the woods.
Pick it please pick from the stem, though. That is how you're supposed to pick a mushroom, right?
Don't clench.
Let me show you my ring.
What?
Tony's wearing a ring while he's doing some action here.
Jesus.
So,
I'm talking right now. We're talking about this mushroom.
Sam, have you seen these? They're brickleberry leaves.
You could get high with them if you put them in your asshole. So pick it from my asshole and then put it in your asshole. Is it extreme high? Oh, Sam.
I thought I was Frodo.
No, Frodo. Please pull the mushroom slowly.
You remember when we would frolic through the woods in the Shire?
I remember. Oh. It wasn't just mushrooms.
Eat the brickleberry leaves.
Oh, stick it in my mouth.
Open wide. Open wide.
Give me the mushroom, Frodo. Right on my forehead and chin. Go ahead. Give it to me, Frodo. Don't worry what people think. Don't be afraid of the all-seeing eye. They cannot judge us. The all-seeing brown eye, Frodo. They cannot see if you don't put the ring on.
We need to get married first?
No. When you put the ring on, Frodo.
My cock ring?
Saruman can see you only when you put the ring on. So don't put the cock ring on my cock. And the all-seeing brown eye can see. Here, take your lips and your tongue and put it gently on the tip of this mushroom. Oh, wow. Where did the music go?
Look, it's the brown eye of Sauron.
It's the all-seeing eye. All right, we need to get into news.
My God.
Wait,
What, Andrew?
I had a thing for this.
He's got a box.
I said I got a box from the core. It was the whole thing. I'm
Okay.
like, we got to talk about the thing.
Whoa.
Andrew,
Okay.
Andrew, do you have to yell?
Down to it. Down. Bring it down.
Okay, what do you have for us?
I have gifts and stuff to celebrate the launch of Game State.
Okay. Oh, look at him all excited.
He's got a box.
Are
I
you
assume there's a
excited?
head in it.
Are you excited? Because you didn't share the show.
I've been doing social media and not.
Have you shared your
successfully.
show yet?
My show? Yes, I have.
You did.
I have. I shared it the second it came out.
Okay, good. So you're happy with it.
Yeah.
Good.
It's
What about Sam and Charlie?
I am very happy with that.
No. Are they happy?
Oh.
Are they happy? Have they not listened?
No, they both have listened to it.
Into the forest. I'm very happy with them.
And we picked mushrooms as we listened out of my asshole.
No, they both have listened to it.
Hey, his name's Sam, too. That's perfect. Go ahead.
They both have listened to it, and they both have learned a lot from their first episode. And
Their first experience.
yeah, so they know what they will need to work on going forward.
I felt like they both did good.
Yeah.
I really did. And I'm judgmental as fuck. You already know that.
Oh, absolutely.
About radio. And the fact that because I was ready to tear this apart, Thomas.
I'm sure you were.
I was ready and I enjoyed the show. And I'm not a tabletop gamer, but not only did I enjoy the show, but I enjoyed the personalities. And I think that is key
Yeah.
to every podcast. It's much like what I always talk about. The guy that talks like this.
Right.
The Game of Thrones podcast you listen to, Thomas, for reasons unbeknown to anybody, why you listen to me. It was interesting. There was an actual personalities. And I always say personality-driven content. That's the key. And I felt like that was the most important part of the show, was that they all had a personality, they were all distinctly different, and it all was in sync.
Well, and you have an additional benefit because now apparently you get prizes out of Andrew's mystery.
Yeah,
box.
let's go there for a second. Go ahead. Well, what did you bring?
So I brought a gift for each of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at you. Are they mushrooms that you picked from your asshole?
Dildos.
No, they're not. Unfortunately, they're not ready yet. They're still in.
I
in
just
the
picked this
sporing
mushroom
stages.
fresh. Go ahead.
So let's start off with Tony.
You still have all the paper in the box.
Why has everything got to be a bit with Andrew? Like, so.
Let him go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Tony's going to get his gift
love
now. Okay?
Accessorizing.
So Tony actually is a pretty big gamer himself. He's got he showed me his trunk. There's a lot of junk in his
Was
trunk.
that?
Wait, he showed you his trunk.
Yeah, he was doing some
I was
moving.
asleep.
He was doing some moving one day, and he was moving a whole bunch of games, and we nerded out a little bit. We connected. So he does most of his gaming with his family. So I got him Risk Legacy.
Oh, you are awesome.
He's actually excited.
Of course he is.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
In the mic.
Look at Tony. I've never
seen him happy.
I have never.
This is so cool.
Is this
Thank you, Andrew.
Is this fake?
Is this Tony as a human being?
No, this is him, honestly. Oh, careful when you open it, though. There's a sticker at the very top. So Risk Legacy is Risk, pretty standard through and through. However, legacy games are a new thing.
Hold on.
Now,
Tony is so fucking excited.
I know. This is how you combat homophobia. You give them gifts.
And now he's your favorite person.
I love gay people.
I love gay people now. They give me gifts.
So
They're
like
like Santa. He thought they were fake, and then
Andrew,
they gave
thank
him
you
gifts.
very much.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Absolutely.
This is awesome.
So legacy games,
my
for those who don't know, are a
I ate
new
a bunch of
mechanic
them.
where you're making permanent changes to the board as you play. You're putting stickers on the board. You're
Funny
writing
Nick.
things on the board. You're ripping up and tearing up cards.
So every time you play a game, the previous game impacts
Absolutely
the
correct.
future games. That's kind of
This
an
is
interesting concept.
awesome. Oh my God.
I'm glad you like
really
it.
excited.
So next off, we're going to go.
Hold on, still. Have you ever seen... You know Tony a lot better than I do, Mike. Have you ever seen him this happy?
No, I've known Tony for 12 years, maybe 12. About as when I met you.
He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm opening my box.
And I've never seen him excited about anything.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I feel like I just saw a unicorn. You know, Like, no one's going to believe me when I tell this story.
God bless us, everyone.
So let's go to you, Thomas.
Okay.
So Randy came into my game store a while ago when we exchanged our seeds together.
Wait.
They both garden.
Seeds?
Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec.
We both garden.
Guys exchanged seeds.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you go to jail for that? You know, in public?
Only if you exchange money for it afterwards.
Okay.
So I ordered from a catalog or whatever, and so she came into the store, and I found out she's very interested in board gaming, but she doesn't necessarily have a person to play with. So
No.
so I got you both a game called Jaipur.
Jaipur.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Japanese porn.
It's a set collection game set in the Middle East where you're trading spices, silver, cloth, some pretty generic
Like the
stuff.
East India Trading Company.
But that one is designed specifically to play 2 players.
There's an expansion that deals with slavery.
No, there's not.
That didn't last very long.
There is not.
You dumbass.
So that one's for the both of you.
Trading card game for 2 players, easy to learn fast. Huh. Wow. Thank you, Andrew.
Pretty quick. That's one of my favorite 2-player games. Speaking of 2-player games, Michael.
What are you doing with that phone?
He's taking his own video.
Videos.
Are you going to post it?
Behind the scenes, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Dude, I could not film Tony's reaction. It was too great.
All right.
So for you, I know that you are trying to get your son into doing activities other than video games.
Right.
Right. So you've also showed that he's interested in Star Trek and Star Wars. A while ago, you stopped by my store also, and I gave you guys a copy of the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game.
Did I?
Yeah.
Or did you?
I did.
Okay.
So to keep in with that Star Wars.
Hold on a second, because I'm the most important. Hold on.
You are.
Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's
Because that's the joke.
that was the wrong drop. Just forget it now. Go ahead.
Okay. So since you want to do more gaming with your son in non-digital activities, I got you another version of Risk.
Okay.
However, this is in my opinion, the best version of Risk ever. It's called...
I'm sorry. I can't stop laughing.
All right, go ahead.
It is Risk Star Wars Edition. So this isn't going to play like your traditional Risk.
Okay.
So this is going to play in the sense where you have a hand of cards that have...
Is there any risk if I accept this gift from you?
No.
Like, are you going to expect any favors?
Oh, of course not.
Okay.
No. I mean, you put up with me. You gave me a show.
All right.
Effectively. But this one, you have a hand of cards that you can that you are placing down in order to play orders, which dictate what you can do later on.
So it is one more time?
Risk Star Wars Edition.
Cool.
This one came out in, I believe, 2016.
Thank you,
Yeah, of
Andrew.
course.
And I mean that sincerely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to get all giddy, but I am very excited inside. I have to maintain some professionalism over here, unlike Tony.
Who just let loose like a kid on Christmas Day.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, that's nice of you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Plus the
Now
holidays,
I feel
all that.
obligated to give him something. Like, see how he does that?
Yeah.
Nah, we're good.
Stupid.
Remember, I don't like getting gifts. I hate
that's-
Christmas.
Do you really, though?
I do. I honestly do. Yeah.
You're weird.
Sure.
All right, you know what? We need to wrap the show. There's no news.
Oh.
But we are going to go. We are going to go to a very
special
2 break, just like 2 minutes. Come back. We're going to do the No Talent Autistic Post Show with Andrew. Then after that, if you're a Patreon subscriber, we're going to continue this show and our special Patreon RMD Premium Live Facebook page. And it'll be a Facebook Live show. So
an additional show.
An additional show tonight. We're going.
If you've been here since the beginning, you're going to get 3 episodes.
Yeah, you're a trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you for listening to The Rain Man Show with your host, Michael Flores, with hosts Tony Sabal and Thomas Cowley, Andrew Spindler with the news, audio guru Dustin Lucas, produced by Michael Flores and Dustin Lucas. The Rain Man Show is a Cazador Productions and Rain Man Digital broadcast production. For all things Rain Man, go to rainmanshow.com.
Today I ain't nobody got nothing in my pocket.
Hello Hello, everyone, and welcome to the No Talent Rain Man Autistic Post Show with myself, Andrew. We've got Thomas.
How's it going?
And we got Tony.
How's it going?
So every time I say that title, I always think I get it wrong. I'm fairly certain I say it differently
I
every
think it's
single week.
distinctly written so that your autism kicks in and you feel like you did it wrong.
Rain Man, no talent.
In the mic.
In the mic, as always. It's been
You always
however many
push
years.
it down with your fucking nipples, I swear to God. It's been years, man.
It's been years and I still don't know how to talk a mic. I have my own show now, so I better...
You better fucking figure it out.
I better fucking figure it out. Exactly right. Speaking of own shows, the new show is, of course, called Game State. Our first episode debuted yesterday on Monday, and I was so happy with the way it turned out.
Well, from what I've heard, which admittedly was only the bit on the Rain Man show, it sounds like a D&D mixed with homoerotic gardening show. But admittedly, that was, a couple minutes out of the whole segment. So I can't judge it fully, but it does sound fun. And it seems like those guys get you, which would be 2 more people on the planet than I previously thought existed. So,
Yeah, Sam and Charlie both are, I feel, are going to be fantastic fits for this series. Sam I've known for 5 years now. Charlie I've known since back when we used to do our old show. And he was just a guest. Like we were previewing his game at that point. And then he just became, really good friends. Our game groups just continued to cross.
Well, I think the show's already starting to have an impact because you giving Tony the Risk Legacy game was perhaps, from what I've heard from Mike and my own experiences, the greatest single moment in the last 5 years of his life.
Really?
From what I have seen of you, Tony, you're very stoic. You laugh for sure, but I've never seen you that genuinely happy.
I laugh at misery. I laugh at pain.
Right. Like we all do here on the network.
Painful fistings.
Well, okay, sure.
Yeah.
That too.
But no, I honestly felt like this is one of the best Christmas gifts I've gotten.
See?
That I did not expect.
See?
I did not expect you to give us gifts. And the fact of the matter is that you picked a pretty good game. This is a really good game.
That game is a
fantastic. You guys
fantastic.
are so anti-gift, but Tony, you brought gifts last year.
Yeah.
You did,
And
you did.
I've already bought gifts for everybody on this show this year.
I don't know where my Hulk mug is, nor my shot glass. I think my brother broke them.
Now he hates you.
But hey, there's a big, beautiful copy of Risk Legacy just sitting right there.
I think together the 3 of us can bring some Christmas to Mike's life because he hates the holidays so adamantly, as we found out throughout the shows today, because we've done a couple shows today.
Yeah.
But his discussion about how much he hates the Christmas ornaments and stuff is just hilarious.
Specifically, the inflatable lawn decorations that are just rampant here. So since I am only available for one show next week, currently, that may change. I can't promise anything. I am going to provide a stand-in for this seat.
Does Mike know this?
No, he doesn't. And he's out of studio.
Fucking inflatable? It's a fucking inflatable Andrew.
They're on clearance right now at Walmart.
Yeah. Okay.
So I need you to ensure that the seat is filled.
Okay.
I'm entrusting this to you.
If it's not filled, you could put it right next to me.
With the name tag and everything.
There you go.
Yeah.
My God.
And Mike's always Mike is certain that I am lying about disliking Christmas as much as I do.
Because it's odd. Let me clarify that, because I know there's a lot of people, and I'm sure Mike's included on this list, because he doesn't like the holidays for a number of different reasons, but you guys don't prefer the commercialism, or at least I'm sure that's with you, the commercialism where you feel like you have to spend money.
That people have about this holiday.
The greed.
You don't know the true meaning of Christmas. It's commercialized.
Fuck, I just saw it how happy you got by somebody giving you a gift.
Exactly. This is the true meaning. This is the true meaning of Christmas. Andrew gets it.
And how do you feel towards Andrew's lifestyle now as a result?
I've always felt really good about it. I think that, honestly, I always thought that he was an asset to this network.
An outstanding individual, regardless of whose ass he's outstanding
individual.
in.
I even said, privately that, I've thought of highly of every single person in this network, including Andrew.
Don't tell everybody that. Come on, you need to keep some of your.
Come
image.
on, you got to keep. Not to get off the subject. I've already given you early MVP
Yes,
votes.
you have. For those of you who weren't listening for whatever reason to the now lost episode. I was completely naked last week in this very studio.
You had a towel on.
I
that
had a
does
robe
not
on, but
count.
you were trying to make it not count.
You had a form-fitting robe.
I had a form-fitting robe, and in one section of this room, completely in the buff, which David had bear witness
But
to.
I think the biggest post story from that aftermath is one of the stories that we had discussed on the show is that apparently you are a loose cannon.
That's Andrew's new thing.
Yeah,
he is
and
a bit of a loose
and apparently, you've basically taken a chip off of my block when it comes. Yeah, exactly.
Incoming fire.
Like apparently, like a little bit of myself, the Grinch, the dark heart.
It's because he sits next to
lives
you.
within me.
Rubbing off.
The dark small heart.
Every time you walk into the studio, I get a whiff.
It's osmosis. He absorbs some of the hate.
I get a waft of the scent of his whatever's left over on his
telling you,
fist.
it's like the Grinch.
Oh,
it's like
and it just
it's this old shriveled black heart that lives within me.
I gotta,
and then instead of like it growing like it does in the Grinch,
it just stays petrified.
It stays petrified, and it rubs off of other people.
I gotta say, I love how we rebranded the Vortex to be the loose cannon.
I love the music, which I'm
That
sure
new
people
music
heard in this episode. We introduced it in the previous one, so if you guys check that out on demand. But the new Andrew that truly captures the essence of Andrew Vortex is amazing. And kudos to Mike for putting the time together to find that and do that himself, put each one of those pieces, because that is something that words themselves could not describe.
That is the best audio bit I think I've ever heard.
It's one of my fucking favorites. For
it's
sure.
incredible.
Yes. Holy God!
Here it is.
Nope. As if on cue.
Bill Maher, Mayor Maher, my butt. I hate a bunch of people. Bill Maher, Mayor Maher. Ooh, Buzz Juicy Ace. Have you ever waxed your butt? I love Juicy Ace. Bill Maher, Mayor Maher, my butt. I hate a bunch of people. Bill Maher, Mayor Maher. Ooh, Buzz Juicy Ace. Have you ever waxed your butt? I love Honey Dick. Bill Maher.
It's the carnival ride from hell.
I hate a bunch of people.
If it wasn't going to be used for the Vortex theme, that would be a great introduction for your news segment now. It's sort of like the beginning of that Willy Wonka dark ride.
Yeah.
And you're Willy Wonka.
Oh,
and then
God.
me,
all the
Mike,
kids are going to die.
No, me, Mike, and Thomas are like in the ride, and you're just like sitting in the Willy Wonka position.
The Willy Wonka position?
Yeah, he's sitting at the edge of the boat. Yeah, well, in a sort of way.
You get
but
some
he's sitting
candy.
at the edge of the boat, and you hear that theme. You hear that theme in the background.
It is a carnival ride from hell, but it is fucking hilarious, and it is perfect to describe you. I wasn't going to say what you do to the show, just you as a person.
I love how he cut together the phrases as well. There's so many, the sound drops just span this entire year and more of bits, but he cut together some pretty delightful descriptive phrases.
And we're almost at the end of the year now too, so we've got a couple big events still coming up.
We're going to be pretty busy next week. Yeah.
3 shows next week. One of which is going to have you, Andrew, fighting Brian, which I'm looking forward to, just because it's going to be funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to die. I'm literally going to die.
You might actually die. We're going to have a medical team readily available to treat concussion wounds. But I'm looking forward to that. We have your shirt coming out. It's all about Andrew at the end of this year. Do you realize that?
I've successfully assimilated everything.
Like a virus. You have infected and corrupted the DNA itself.
I'm actually looking forward to the Pepper Challenge.
Yeah. So I have a confession to make about the Pepper Challenge.
Oh, Christ.
I actually can't.
Wait, go ahead.
Don't get distracted on your own show.
Jeez.
Mike left the room.
Okay.
And he said something. I cannot get fresh Carolina Reapers.
Darn.
Oh.
I am so sad. Look at my...
I'm upset. I am so
Sadness.
upset. I was supposed to get
Well-
2 of them for $20.
Fuck that, dude.
Dude.
Oh my god.
2 for 20.
2 for
my
20.
God.
Dude,
And
they're
what
the
about the
world's
medical
hottest-
bills after it induces an anaphylactic
Look,
shock?
as long as you don't have like ulcerative colitis or any holes
I don't
in your
fucking know.
gut, you should be fine.
You're gonna find out.
Yeah.
So what? We're gonna go up to the ghost pepper then?
No, we're still going to go to Carolina Reaper.
Jesus Christ! I was trying to get out of that.
But there is one store in the valley, the Phoenix metro area, that sells specialty hot sauces, and they're open 2 days a week for 3 hours.
Jesus.
So I have to.
Fuck you.
Why? Because like it's hard to store napalm.
Because it knows those are the visiting hours when the mental institution lets them out, which is the only people who would go and buy this shit.
Yeah.
Andrew.
It's really, really upsetting that I can't get this Carolina. I might be able to swing it.
I'm hoping you don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm hoping you don't.
I'm hoping. You know what? Honestly.
And then when I start having a fucking panic attack, heart attack because of the effects of it, Scientist Tony probably is not going to be able to help me.
Yes, that's important. We probably have to if time is a constraint, I might have to explain Scientist Tony on why Thomas is choking to death on live air right now.
I don't know if you're eating the pepper. Will you be able to explain that as well? Or does your Filipino heritage make you immune to spices?
My Filipino heritage will protect me, as well as my scientific.
Is that science?
Process, yes.
Science is that Filipino heritage protects you from spice?
Science and genetics will save me.
Genetics is science. We're not off to a great start.
No, my own scientific reasoning and genetics, along with my wit, will save me. Yes, my wit will save me. So I'll leave it at that.
Oh, God.
Because we don't want to give everything away. But I will be prepared for my the scientific questioning. I will enlighten. I'm looking forward to enlightening because I'm really going to take this
so looking forward
seriously. To that. I am going to explain reason and 100% scientific truth.
Andrew, are you terrified about the realities you may learn of our universe thanks to Tony?
I am legitimately concerned.
Not concerned.
As to
curious.
I'm legitimately curious.
Yes.
To the world that will be opened up for me by Scientist Tony.
Open your mind.
Open your mind.
I thought you were going to go somewhere very good. You had your fist in the air.
I was like, Brown Eyes, you're going to be involved somewhere. Sauron's back.
I'm concerned, man. The petition has not been signed just yet.
For those of you listening, and includes Mike and Andrew and Thomas, I'm telling you, open your mind. Open your mind to what I will explain to you. I will make Carl Sagan look like a retard.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I will, Bill Nye, the science guy,
ain't
look
got
like
shit on you.
Ain't got shit. It'll be more or less like kindergarten science. When I am done.
I'm ready to have my mind blown.
I will tell you, Newton, Einstein, idiots.
All got it wrong.
Idiots. Retards.
I learned that the Earth's flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you know?
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm very excited.
Aristotle, Socrates.
Philosophers?
This will be a lesson in philosophy that you've never gone through before.
I very much guarantee that.
Yes, I promise you that before we are done, you will think and you will look at the world in a different way that you have never imagined before.
So I got a question for Scientist Tony.
Yes.
I feel like this is vaguely threatening.
So the world is flat, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
We know that there is a giant being in outer space, right? Controls everything.
His name is Galactus. But
His name is Galactus. Okay. If he were to flip the Earth like a coin, what would happen? Would all of the living beings on Earth fly into space? Or will the water weigh us down?
Or due to gravity?
Well, I don't want to be rude, but this is like the autistic post show for you, so I don't want to give everything away. But I will explain to you that with the way that God flips the planet, God,
Galactus,
Allah,
whatever,
Galactus, whoever you want to call, whatever deity, Zeus, Odin, like when he flips the planet. you have to realize that from one end to the planet will be going at such a high rate of speed.
Into the
It will spin on an axis that, like at times, we don't feel it. We're going incredibly fast.
Throughout the universe,
Yes,
as we know.
The Earth is rotating at an incredible speed.
The Earth.
Yeah, the Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, is spinning at an incredible rate of speed around the axis. And it'll go so fast.
What you're saying is if Galacticus flips the Earth like a coin, he will make the Earth a sphere.
It'll make Earth spin on an axis, implying that it doesn't currently,
which it doesn't,
because it's a flat planet.
Mm-hmm. If you spin,
therefore it's like a plate spinning.
Yes, you spin something fast enough, like on a finger or a ball. You spin it fast. It'll create its own gravitational pull, and then that gravitational pull will keep us,
of course,
on the ground.
Of course.
Oh my God.
For more of Scientist Tony, be sure to tune in next week for our 3 days of shows.
You may want to drink a little. Or take notes. I don't know.
We might build a drinking show to go along with it.
Jesus Christ, this is going to be ridiculous. Although I am looking forward to it, Tony. I'm not going to lie to you.
If you want to stay up to date and subscribe to our next show, go to patreon.com/Rainman Show. Hit that subscribe button.
And we're doing
right
that
there
in a couple of minutes.
We are, yeah.
More Rain Man in your face holes.
Yeah. Learn to power poop.